Kia ora, no mai haere mai. Hello and welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to be making another episode of I will eventually build a workbench. I promise. Eventually. This is episode 13. So let's get into it. On the list for today, I'm going to move everything out of the workshop and onto the driveway. Mill up some pallet wood for the cross beams and cut them to length. Drill a heap of pocket holes. Attach a form ply top and then cut that top to the correct width. Alright, let's move everything out of the workshop. I didn't get any footage of moving everything outside, but here's the evidence. Most of the stuff you see here was stored under the workbench. But I also moved out a heap of wood that was stacked up against the wall so I can actually get to the form ply top. Now to make the crossbeam stock. First order of business is to measure up so I can select stock long enough for the crossbeams. 11-20mm, roughly 44 inches long. So most pallet wood stretches will be fine. Next, I need to measure up the depth of the existing pockets to see if there's any variation. Happily, they're all pretty much 80mm, which is 3 and a bit inches deep. Luckily, I made a note on top of each post so I wouldn't forget that they're all 80mm deep. After that, I selected the 3 best bits of pallet wood for the job and jointed one edge. There's a link below to the video where I made the cool edge jointing jig if you want to check that out. Quick chat to Cousin Pete about the task at hand, among other things. Then a bench tidy before cutting a test piece and checking the fit to make sure the fence is set correctly. With that done, rip cut the cross beams to their final width on my trusty jet table saw. Then off to the planer thicknesser to tidy up the faces. Not really worried about how thick these guys are because that doesn't really matter, right? Doesn't matter to today's map, so just a clean up for now. Back to the table saw to cut the cross beams to length with the miter gauge. They've come up pretty well, eh? Considering I literally dug the pallet wood out of the mud in the rain for this lot. Not too bad. Alright, now let's fit the cross beams. Quickly trim up the existing stretcher with the pull saw. Probably should have checked the length and squareness before I did that. Another problem for tomorrow Matt. He gets a lot of work. Fit the new cross beams with a few countersunk screws. No need for glue or anything fancy here. The most important thing is to be able to take it all apart easily when later I decide to do the whole job a completely different way. To measure up and mark some pocket holes. I picked this little beauty up from the big green store for pennies, and now I get to do some ab work at home. Winning. Cross beams secured, pocket holes drilled. Let's put the top on. Back to the gym. Ready? Up she goes! I did get under the table and attach the top with a heap of screws. More ab work was done, but sadly no video evidence. Anyway, let's use this very cool track-like jig, a link below to the video on how I made that, to trim the top to width. Now, we'll worry about the fact that the frame is not square tomorrow. Maybe. Does the frame need to be square? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, eh? If you made it this far, thanks so much. Consider a thumbs up. Maybe a sub. Matewa. Bye for now. I'll catch you later.